Far to the east lies South Korea, a nation shaped by its unique traditions, culture, and landscape unlike any other. Welcome to National Human Geographic. Today we'll explore South Korea through the eyes of a human geographer and discover 5 essential skills that will help you better understand the world around you. Skill number 1, maps and spatial thinking. Maps and spatial thinking is one of the building blocks to human geography. To begin, some vocabulary includes absolute location, relative location, formal regions, functional regions, and perceptual regions. Absolute location is a precise location on Earth's surface. For example, the absolute location of Incheon, South Korea is 37 north, 126 west. Meanwhile, relative location is the position of one person, place, or thing in relation to the position of another person, place, or thing. An example of relative location would be if someone said, Incheon province is right next to Gyeonggi province. Next, the different types of regions are formal, functional, and perceptual regions. Formal regions are geographic areas inhabited by people who have one or more traits in common, such as language or religion. Some formal South Korean regions include Seoul, Incheon, Busan, Gimpo, and Gyeonggi province. Functional regions are geographic areas that are based on a shared function. This type of region has a central location or a node. An example of a functional region is Gyeonggi-do in South Korea, and its central hub is the capital city of Seoul. Lastly, perceptual regions are regions defined by its inhabitants and their feelings and beliefs about themselves. An example of a perceptual region in South Korea is Jeju. When a survey was given to Korean students, many considered Jeju as a perceptual region. Skill number 2, culture. Being able to analyze the culture of a country is an important skill of becoming a human geographer. Some vocabulary includes cultural landscape, centrifugal and centripetal forces, and cultural diffusion. Cultural landscape is the visible imprint of human activity and culture on the natural environment. Examples of cultural landscapes in South Korea includes temples, dense cities full of Korean culture such as Seoul, and agricultural fields that show unique techniques used by South Koreans. Centripetal forces are forces that unify and pull a country, region, or group together. A South Korean example is the nation's ethnic homogeneity and the sharing of a common language along with shared traditions. On the contrary, centrifugal forces are forces that divide, separate, or weaken a country or group. An example that relates to South Korea is the different political perspectives, specifically tensions between the conservative and progressive parties. Moreover, South Korea is known for its culture and entertainment. Some widely known cultural traits of South Korea are K-pop, K-dramas, Korean foods, and traditional Korean attire, better known as hanbok. With the increase of globalization due to space-time compression, which is the reduction in time it takes for something to reach another place due to improvements in technology, Korean culture has been able to spread all over the world and be experienced by people globally. This process is called cultural diffusion, which is the spread of cultural traits, ideas, technologies, or customs from one place to another. Skill number 3, political geography. Next up, we will talk about political geography. To truly grasp this skill, we must begin by looking at some basics. Some vocabulary for political geography includes states, nations, nation-state, and the demilitarized zone. A state is a politically organized territory with a permanent population, defined boundaries, a government, and sovereignty, which is the ability to govern itself. South Korea is an example of a state because it fits all the requirements. However, a nation is a group of people who share a common identity based on culture, ethnicity, language, history, or religion. South Korea is also a nation. This makes it a nation-state, which is a state whose population is overwhelmingly composed of a single nation. Many of you have probably heard of the DMZ. Do you know what it stands for? How about its purpose? DMZ stands for Demilitarized Zone, which is an area where military forces, weapons, and military activities are prohibited or heavily restricted by agreement between both opposing sides. A well-known one is the Korean Demilitarized Zone. It was established after the Korean War armistice in 1953 between North and South Korea to serve as a buffer zone to reduce the risk of conflict between the two countries. Skill number 4. Development and industry. Understanding the development and industry of a country is an important skill. Some topics we will visit are Rostow's stages of economic growth, the world systems theory, and economic sectors. To begin, Rostow's stages of economic growth argues that countries develop through 5 stages of economic growth. These 5 stages are traditional society, preconditions for takeoff, drive to maturity, and an age of high mass consumption. Relating back to South Korea, after the Korean War, South Korea entered the takeoff stage with rapid industrialization and is now in the age of high mass consumption. The world systems theory explains how countries are connected in the global economy. It contains three categories: core countries, semi-periphery countries, and periphery countries. Today, South Korea is considered a core country because of its strong economy, technology, and global influence. Economic sectors divide jobs and economic activities into categories. Some sectors are the primary sector, which extracts natural resources from the earth. Some of these jobs may include farming, fishing, mining, or forestry. Secondary sector, which is the manufacturing and processing of raw materials into products. Some of these jobs may include factory work, car production, or electronics manufacturing. Tertiary sector, which is the providing of services. Some of these jobs may include retail, healthcare, education, and banking. Quaternary sector, which is the information and knowledge-based work. Some of these jobs may include research, software development, data analysis, and technology innovation. Quaternary sector, which are high-level decision-making and leadership positions. Some of these jobs may include government leaders, CEOs, university presidents, and top executives. In the 21st century, South Korea is primarily in the quaternary and tertiary sector, with majority of its population working in service or informational jobs. Skill number 5. Population. In this skill, we will be talking about government population policies. Government population policies affect fertility rates. They look to either decrease or increase fertility rates. They may increase fertility rates by providing incentives to push couples towards the idea of reproducing. However, some countries may try to decrease fertility rates with policies like China's one child per couple policy. In recent decades, South Korea's fertility rates have seen a dramatic decrease, which has caught the attention of the South Korean government. They have come up with policies to try and promote higher fertility rates, such as financial support for parents and longer parental leaves. Now, let's experience a day in the life of a South Korean. 7:30. Wake up and get ready for a quaternary sector job as a software engineer. 8:15. Get an Americano and go to work by subway. 9 o'clock. Clocks in and begins working, developing software and meeting with clients. 12 o'clock. Lunch break. She goes out with a few coworkers to a nearby Korean barbecue spot. 6 p.m. Goes home and takes a shower. Then she will lay on her couch and shop online using her Samsung phone. 7 p.m. Walks to a convenience store that is next to her apartment building for dinner. 10:30. Goes to sleep after skincare routine. Because we're one of a kind. 누구도 따라할 수 없는 now. I'm game. 시작부터 다 우리 거.